I've been playing a preview version of Nightingale for the last few weeks, and I've logged over 60 hours in the game. In this video, we'll cover what is Nightingale, explain the mechanics, and I'll give you some beginner tips and tricks I've learned along the way. Big thanks to Inflection for inviting me to participate in the preview and for sponsoring this video. The game is available for $30 on Steam and Epic from the 20th of February. Check out the link in the description. So what is Nightingale? Nightingale is a PvE open-world survival crafting game. You can play solo or cooperatively with up to 6 friends. You are stranded, cut off by the collapse of a portal network, and you're left fighting to survive a labyrinth of Fae realms. Your goal is to reach Nightingale City, the last bastion of humanity. I've played a lot of survival games here and on my Twitch channel, and this game is quite unique. Let's talk about some of the features. The world is made up of a number of realms which players reach through navigating a web of portals using realm cards. You determine the type of realm you visit by selecting the cards you place in a portal machine, open the portal, and off you go. You choose the biome. In early access this is a desert, swamp or forest card. Then you select a major card which determines the difficulty, types of enemies, NPCs and resources you find at your destination. Each card gives a summary of their features to help you decide what you want to use. You'll unlock the cards to open each type of realm, and the difficulty scales as you progress. The different major realm cards are unlocked by completing sites of power, points of interest on your home map. These buildings house enemies, useful loot chests, and there's a boss downstairs to defeat. The sites will increase in difficulty as you move to the next, and the game will keep these locked until your gear score increases sufficiently, so you shouldn't be able to stumble into a fight you're unprepared for. Make sure you're well fed, rested, and are able to repair your gear. You play realm cards at a Fae Portal. You'll find one at the very start of the game. At the start you enter the cards you're given, then later you have more combinations you can use to alter the features of each realm to target different resources and enemies for quests. Then you can use a machine called a Realmic Transmuter, which will allow you to use minor cards to change up some features of the realm you're in, such as harvesting yield, movement speed, and you can make it persistently night or daytime, or change fun features such as gravity and movement speed. My favourite is Thin Veiled, as you can jump high and climb using very little stamina. This will be very helpful when completing Fae Towers, but more on those later. Each time you use a minor card on one of these Realmic Transmuters, it replaces the previous card. So if you're done with it being nighttime, you can change that feature to something more useful to you. The tutorial takes about 10 to 20 minutes, and the game will guide you to choose a biome to set up your base. You'll use an Abeyance realm card to make your home safer, with everything you need to get started: creatures and plants for food, resources for building and crafting starter gear. In this realm you'll find points of interest like puzzles, events and enemies to fight, caves and valuable loot. These features are consistent across all realms, but the difficulty level and rewards will vary as you progress into higher level realms. At each of the points of interest you can get rewards such as potions, food, crafting recipes, realm cards, buffs, and importantly, essence. And you'll find these items in chests, in essence bundles which will unlock at the end of a quest, and dropped by defeated enemies. Essence is a powdered substance that comes in multiple tiers. You can get basic grey essence from dismantling items in your inventory, such as harvested materials like rocks or branches. Each item in your inventory will say how much essence you'll get from breaking it down, and you'll use this to regularly repair your tools and armour as you move around the map. The higher the level of the realm, the higher the tier of essence is dropped by enemies and received through quests. Once you leave your realm, you'll receive tier 1 essence as rewards for completing quests, and at the end of boss fights. You can get a lot of essence from ticking off challenges in the guidebook. This is well worth checking out, but I found picking up piles of rocks as I ran around and converting that regularly to essence stopped me from being over encumbered and enabled me to keep my gear repaired. Essence is very valuable. It's used at essence traders you'll find in each biome you visit, including your own, where you'll need to buy schematics for crafting benches, potions, charms and resources. You'll also get it to upgrade your tools, weapons, clothing at your upgrade bench. This will be important for upgrading your gear score and unlocking sites of power. Once you've crafted simple clothing and equipment, you'll be able to upgrade it at the simple upgrade bench. Then when it shows as uncommon, you'll be able to apply infusions in your inventory to each item to further increase your gear score, apply buffs and damage mitigation. The upgrade bench will ask for tier 1 essence. You can get this when you reach the first realm after leaving your home. When crafting gear, you'll notice you can choose which materials you want to select. You'll have various options in Nightingale, and the tier of the crafting ingredient will determine the final gear score of each item, and different resources provide buffs. This is important when trying to increase your gear score, up your damage and maximum health and stamina. It also applies to crafting food. When crafting gear, make sure to use the best ingredients you have access to at the time, and be on the lookout for better ingredients. Just like essence, you'll find higher tiers of crafting resources like plant fibre, wood, hide, food ingredients at higher level realms. You'll also get a higher gear score from choosing predator ingredients rather than prey, even in your home realm. That's especially useful to remember when making leather. Crafting benches get buffs from augmentations you can purchase from traders, from the warmth of a fire, and from shelter, so use them indoors whenever possible. You'll need to upgrade the gear and benches as you progress through the game, so once you've upgraded your gear, make sure to pick up crafting bench schematics for refined versions. At the end of the tutorial, the game will ask you to place an estate cairn to mark your home base. This will act as a respawn location when your character dies. You can place this anywhere you like in your home realm. You might want to choose somewhere between your Fae Portal and the Realmic Transmuter, but I suggest you place this initially at the Essence Trader, which you can also find on the map. You can move your estate cairn whenever you like, and the Essence Trader is important early game as they'll sell you crafting recipes in exchange for basic essence, and they're located next to an NPC who can give you a quest to get some help from a friendly recruit. That recruit will chop wood, harvest stone, carry heavy building materials, help you fight off enemies, and can revive you if you die. You can upgrade their gear and make sure to equip whichever tool gives the resources you want them to harvest. They're extremely helpful, but if you lose some wood, just check if they put it in a nearby campfire. After you've bought the schematics from the first Essence Trader, you might like to find a scenic location at the centre of your home realm, or near the Fae Portal or Realmic Transmuter, but you'll lose the inconvenience of running between these locations once you unlock your own versions. I built at the north of my map, and the portal and transmuter were pretty far away. If you want to experiment with minor realm cards to help you harvest more, run faster, do more damage, or increase the amount of essence dropped by enemies, building the transmuter will save you a lot of time. But it's a good idea to explore your map thoroughly to help you choose where to live. Next to the Essence Trader in your home realm is a large building and a bed and shelter you can use to skip the night and cook food at the campfire. The building is the antiquarian site of power. You'll need to craft some basic gear to unlock this point of interest. This is a good time to set up a starter base and build your crafting benches. Make simple clothes, an umbrella, the game's glider and weather protection, simple tools, and gather resources to break down and exchange the essence with the trader. Once you've completed each site of power, you'll be granted a new major realm card, and combine it with biome cards at the Fae Portal to explore new realms. Bring back the essence, upgrade your gear, and take on each new site of power. Nighttime in Nightingale can be dangerous. When the sun sets, you'll start to feel cold, unless you're in the desert. Once your character is cold, your maximum health and stamina will be reduced, and enemies called Bound will spawn at night and attack you. These enemies can be useful to gather essence, especially in later realms where the essence tiers are higher. Otherwise, it's probably more efficient to skip the night, harvest resources, and get ready to take on your first battle in the site of power. But while exploring at night, you can stave off the cold with a campfire or a torch. I suggest you avoid taking on particularly difficult fights during the night, as you'll really miss that HP and stamina. You'll notice that each type of tool or weapon does different types of damage. I found the sling bow to be very useful for range damage. You can craft it early after getting the recipe from the Essence Trader in your home realm. I like using the axe against the Bound and the maul against metal enemies. You'll notice when you successfully perform a critical attack on your enemy, as a floating damage number will show as gold. Try to aim for the head wherever possible, even for melee attacks. Most of the early game weapons are two-handed, but at night in a pinch, the sickle can be used with a torch or umbrella in your offhand to manage cold and heat from the desert sun, respectively. Once you reach a new realm, you'll want to speak to the nearby NPC who can offer you a quest, and locate the Essence Traders to buy new crafting recipes. You can return to your respite cairn using your map from anywhere on your travels. If you're in your home realm, this will be quick. In other realms, there'll be a small delay before teleporting. The portal you use to enter the realm will remember the last realm you visited, until you wipe that with another set of cards. Each new realm you visit will have familiar points of interest with varying degrees of difficulty, and a Fae Tower to climb, complete puzzles, or to fight enemies to reach the top. You can craft climbing sticks to traverse walls in the game, but your stamina will run out pretty quickly. The Thin-Veiled Miner card is especially helpful for climbing and leaping high, but you'll have to reach the top of the tower to use the realm's Realmic Transmuter to alter gravity. A little further on in the game, you'll be able to craft your own transmuter, and I found carrying the ingredients, a few ingots, wire and lumber, to be really useful when visiting a new location. Before you unlock the transmuter recipe, you can look for puzzles near the tower and choose the Favour of Soaring as your reward. If you can reach the Fae Tower quickly after receiving this boost to your jumping, you should be able to use this to beat climbing towers. Along with the Realmic Transmuter, completing the tower will reveal more points of interest on the map, grant you Tier 1 Essence and a Synchronous Lotus in a chest. This important ingredient will enable you to craft your own portals. You can set the difficulty of the realm you visit at the portal using the drop-down, and can choose to open the realm to the public here too. You can invite specific players to your realm using the party menu in-game, but be careful to only invite those you trust. Players will be able to access your storage boxes and demolish your building. If you want to play with a group of friends, you can travel to another realm and craft an estate address card. Give this to your friends and use that realm as a community server. You can do this in your home world too. The game is available on Steam and Epic for $30. Check out my link in the description. Thank you again to Inflection for sponsoring this video. You can catch me live streaming Nightingale here and on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AnnaBriella, and look out for my future guides on the game. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.